Hi guys, it's your girl Brii Renee here, and I get so many questions on my skin regimen, what I do to keep my skin healthy and clear, and I am a personal home spa fanatic. I love doing spa treatments to myself at home, masks and pampering myself and facials and stuff like that. So today I'm going to do one of my favorite facials, one of my go-tos. I've always done this. I was shown this facial by my homegirl Crystal years ago, and I have always kept it in my holster as one of my secret weapons. It is called the Aspirin mask. It's old-fashioned, it's so simple, and everything you need to do it you probably already have in your home. So first thing you will need is aspirin, just some generic aspirin. You know, it doesn't have to be any kind of fancy kind. And you also need peroxide. Everyone pretty much should have peroxide in your first aid kit, but some generic peroxide. And you need apple cider vinegar. You want raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. I usually use a different brand. I usually use Bragg's, and it says with the mother. But because I'm not ingesting it and I'm not actually intaking it by mouth, you can use any kind of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, since it's just being for your face. And apple cider vinegar is good for so many things, so you should always keep apple cider vinegar in the house as well. And then the last thing that you will need product wise is your honey. Your honey is gonna be your moisturizer at the end. Also, you will need a washcloth. My grandmother always told me that you should always wash your face with a white washcloth because the dye from colored washcloths can irritate your skin. So white washcloth, a paper towel just for mess, and something to mix your mask in. I'm using a paper bowl. You can use a top to something or whatever you prefer. I'm gonna start by washing my face, damping it a little bit. Gonna damp my face a little bit with the warm water. Just to get in there and really clean off any unnecessary dirt or residue that you might have on, or old makeup. So the aspirin mask is really good for several reasons. Aspirin is a natural anti-inflammatory, so it will reduce any redness if you get a pimple. I usually do this if I cheat in my diet and I eat dairy, I always get a pimple. So I usually do an aspirin mask right after, and I'll immediately see results and see reduction in the pimple. Aspirin is also a very good natural exfoliant. So we're only going to need about 7 to 8 aspirin or 6 to 8 aspirin, depending on the size of your face and if you have any specific problem areas that you really want to target and put a little bit more mask on. I'm going to do 8. So this is 8 aspirin. I'm going to fold them up in the paper towel closely together in a little bunch. So we want to crush these aspirin up. I use the apple cider vinegar bottle since it's pretty heavy already and it's right here in hand. And I'm just gonna crush those aspirin up. They don't have to be fine. They just want to be not whole anymore. So I'm gonna let you see that. Then I'm gonna take the aspirin and just dump them in my tray. Once they're in there, I want to pull them all to the side just so they're bunched up. And I want to take my peroxide. I'm going to just pour just a capful. And sometimes you won't even need a whole capful. It really just depends on how well crushed your aspirin is. So I'm just going to pour slightly. You want to get it moist enough that you can mix it together, but you don't want it to be too watery or too runny. If you do get a little runny for your consistency, if you don't like the consistency of it and you do get it make it a little too runny, you can always just add one more aspirin in it and crush it up. But it should be almost like a watery glue consistency, where it still has a little bit of grain to it and weight if you push the water out the way. So So now that you've mixed it up, I just take my fingers and just apply it. I just put it on. I spread it out first. I put some on my forehead, put some on my chin, just because I want to make sure my whole face gets covered. Spread it out. You don't have to rub it in. I'm just really lightly spreading it out. I'm not really scrubbing because the aspirin and that peroxide is really going to get deep in your pores, and they're really going to clean out. So you'll feel it. I love this mask though. It's always been one of my go-tos because it's the one I see the most immediate results from. Like, as soon as I take the mask off and I'm finished, my face will feel better. It'll look a little bit red, but it'll feel so much better. And then the next day I see, like, it just, whatever pimple or whatever spot I was worried about is already reducing and almost gone. So I really love this mask. And see, I didn't even use the full cap full of peroxide. So I'm just going to pour that back in there because thou shalt not waste. Okay? And we are going to let this sit on there for about 10 minutes. I do 10. You can, some people do, it's 10 to 15 minutes, but I take about 10. My skin isn't that bad. I don't have any major breakouts right now, so I'm thankful. I'm just gonna do 10 minutes with the mask on. So, okay. So it's been about 10 minutes. We're about to take it off. You will feel a little bit of tingling, a little bit of, not burning, but a little bit of tingling. Your pores are really opening up. So you might sneeze a little. I just sneezed a couple times. But it's time to take it off. You don't want it to fall in your eyes. So be careful when you're moving to the sink. And you're just going to get some warm water. You don't have to scrub it off. You can just wipe it off. Making sure we get all of the residue from the aspirin. We don't want to leave any aspirin on our skin. So now that we have that off, you see I have a little bit of redness to my skin, but that's okay, that's normal. We're going to take a cotton ball and apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is one of my favorite household items. One of my favorite household products that I keep in my home because it's good for so many things. You can use apple cider vinegar like we're using it today as an astringent. It kills bacteria of all forms, so it's good for wiping, cleaning your face with, even taking off makeup. Sometimes I use it in my nightly routine. It's good. Apple cider vinegar is good for sore throats. You can mix it with some honey and some cayenne peppers as a sore throat remedy. You can also take shots of apple cider vinegar in the morning to speed up your digestive system. The list, there's like over 50 uses for apple cider vinegar. Actually, I'm going to do a video on all of the things you can use apple cider vinegar for. So today we're using it as an astringent. It really kills bacteria, so we're going to just dab some, where you go? Just dab some on your cotton ball, or if you prefer the paper towel, whichever one. And this is gonna burn a little bit because your pores are open from the aspirin. You've already opened them up really good. You've gotten deep down in there and cleaned everything out because with your peroxide that was in the aspirin mask. Now we're going to go over and really like attack the germs because the apple cider vinegar kills bacteria. So we're really going to get in there, and this is going to burn in some areas. So wipe it all over your face. And I just got my eyebrows done, so that burns even more. And apple cider vinegar is a good astringent, even if you're just getting a pimple. Sometimes you can just put a little bit on your cotton ball and sit it on there at night to help dry it out and kill some of those germs. Help dry it out and kill some of those germs as well. Okay. So now we're going to let that dry a little bit. I fan it because it tends to tingle a little bit. Pores are really open. I can feel them, like it feels like your skin is breathing. I really like that feeling. Then we're going to take, for the last step, we're going to take our honey and we're going to apply it to our skin as a mask. And the honey serves as also a moisturizer. So we're going to really lock back in that moisture and repair our skin and heal it with the honey. So not only are we using the honey as our moisturizer, but Honey is a natural anti-inflammatory itself, so it's really good for breakouts and flare-ups and pimples as well. So we're just gonna put some, I'm sizing up, and really smooth it. So this is my go-to mask when I'm being cheap, trying to save some money. Don't really have time to go to the spa, don't really have the funds for that, don't really want to go out and buy any new products to try out. So I just do this. And it's one of the most effective. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to get the results that you need. Any areas, like I said, that you feel you need more moisture in, or you need to really target, just go ahead and apply a little bit more. We're gonna let the honey sit on our face for about the same time that we let the aspirin sit on. So if you did 10 minutes for the aspirin, do 10 minutes with the honey. Or if you do 15 with the aspirin, do 15 with the honey. You want to be consistent with it. Or sometimes I've even just put the honey on and kept it on for like an hour just because I was doing something else, just because I forgot it was really there. So it's just honey. It's nothing's bad going to happen if you leave it on longer. But do it for at least the same amount of time that you left the aspirin on. So I'm getting ready to wait 10 minutes. So we're back. We have had this honey on for 10 minutes now, and we're getting ready to wash it off. It's kind of drooping a little bit. I can taste a little bit of it. So we're just going to use cool water. We're just going to use cool water to wash our honey off. Even though it's thick, you'll be surprised how easy honey comes off. So we're just going to take our same rag, washcloth. Not as hard as you would think. Now your face is smooth, clean, and clear, and you'll feel a big difference, like just even in touching it. And your skin itself just feels fresh. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button below, like, comment, and share with all your friends, and enjoy it. Like, do this aspirin mask with some of your homegirls or your sister or someone when y'all are spending time together. This is a great mask to do. So thank you for watching.